Welcome back to our channel GZ Coins World. Now let's go to another fascinating journey into the world of rare American coins where history, beauty, and hidden treasures combine to create stories that collectors and investors around the globe continue to admire today. One coin that has recently captured enormous attention in the numismatic world is the Liberty I dime from the year 1995, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, known in shorthand as the 1995 P Liberty dime. This small piece of metal carries with it an extraordinary history, unmatched charm, and most surprising of all, a market value that has reached an astonishing figure of $71 million, making it one of the most talked about coins of modern times. The Liberty dime has always been a central part of American coinage ever since the very first dimes were issued back in the late 18th and early 19th century, when Congress passed legislation to create a standardized currency that could be used across the young nation. The dime, representing 10 cents, quickly became essential in commerce and daily trade. The very idea of producing a silver or copper nickel dime was to provide the public with a durable yet valuable piece that could represent both practical use and national symbolism. The 1995 P Liberty dime continues this tradition, but it also stands out because of the special characteristics that turned an ordinary coin into something worth millions. When we speak about the 1995 P Liberty dime, we must first understand its physical design. The obverse of the coin features the classic portrait of liberty, symbolizing freedom, progress, and resilience. Liberty has always been a central figure on United States coinage since the founding of the country, and her presence on the dime is no exception. The details of her face, the flowing hair, and the inscriptions around her reflect the high level of craftsmanship that the Philadelphia Mint was known for during the 1990s. The reverse side of the dime showcases a symbolic torch, flanked by olive and oak branches representing peace and strength. This balance between the obverse and reverse captures not just artistry but also a deep meaning connected to American ideals. The Philadelphia Mint, which struck this coin in 1995, was the oldest United States mint facility still in operation, having been established in 1792. Coins produced here carry no mint mark prior to 1980, but by 1995 the P Mint mark was commonly used to signify their origin. The 1995 P Liberty dime became a coin that at first seemed ordinary, minted in large numbers and used widely across the nation in everyday transactions. However, as with many legendary coins, the story changed when collectors discovered that certain examples of this dime held incredibly rare variations, errors, and qualities that made them stand out. These unique features are exactly what pushed their value far beyond normal expectations. Among the characteristics that drove interest in the 1995 P Liberty dime are striking errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, and misaligned minting. These small imperfections might appear insignificant to the untrained eye, but to collectors they transform the dime into a one-of-a-kind piece. A double die, for example, occurs when the coin is struck more than once, creating a slightly doubled image on its surface. Collectors spend years hunting for such coins because of their rarity and desirability. The fact that these special versions of the 1995 P dime exist created an intense demand that catapulted its market value to over $71 million, making it one of the most valuable dimes of the modern era. Another reason for its remarkable value lies in the history of preservation. While millions of dimes were minted in 1995, very few have survived in pristine, uncirculated condition. Coins that have been carefully stored or preserved in protective holders can retain their original luster, sharp details, and beautiful surfaces. This level of quality, known as mint state condition, often receives grading from professional agencies like PCGS or NGC. When a 1995 P dime achieves a perfect or near perfect grades such as MS69 or MS70, it can fetch astronomical prices at auctions. These high-grade specimens are the crown jewels of coin collecting, and in the case of this dime, they explain why investors and collectors are willing to spend millions. The historical backdrop of the mid-1990s also adds value to the 1995 P Liberty dime. The United States was in a period of economic growth and technological advancement. The Philadelphia Mint was experimenting with improved striking techniques and modernized equipment, resulting in coins with sharper details and better quality. This progress in minting technology means that dimes from this period already stood out compared to older issues. Combining these improvements with rare errors and perfect preservation gave the 1995 P dime an aura of rarity and significance that continues to intrigue people today. In terms of market value, the 1995 Liberty Dime has made headlines repeatedly over the years. Its estimated current value has been placed at around $71 million in top grade, with certain examples achieving record-breaking prices at major coin auctions. This figure might seem unbelievable for a coin with a face value of just 10 cents, but it demonstrates the incredible power of rarity, demand, and historical importance. In the numismatic market, collectors know that such coins are not only works of art and history, but also long-term investments capable of appreciating in value year after year. Stories from coin auctions help illustrate just how prized the 1995 Liberty Dime has become. There have been instances where bidders competed fiercely over a flawless specimen, driving its price to levels unimaginable for modern coinage. What begins as a bidding war among a handful of determined collectors often becomes a historic event reported in numismatic journals and mainstream financial news alike. The prestige of owning such a coin goes beyond the monetary value. It symbolizes the culmination of passion, patience, and dedication in the pursuit of numismatic excellence. Beyond collectors, investors also view the 1995 Liberty Dime as a treasure for wealth preservation in uncertain economic times. Rare coins often hold or even increase their value, serving as tangible assets that cannot be easily duplicated or manipulated. Unlike stocks or paper money, coins with unique histories and irreplaceable rarity provide security to those who invest in them. The 1995 Dime fits perfectly into this category, being both a historical artifact and an asset of monumental worth. The cultural impact of the 1995 Liberty Dime cannot be ignored. Either coins have always carried stories that reflect the spirit of their times, and this dime is no exception. It represents not only the artistry of American coinage, but also the extraordinary fact that something so small and ordinary in appearance can capture the imagination of millions across the world. Numismatists, historians, and ordinary enthusiasts alike find themselves fascinated by the tale of a dime that could be worth $71 million, inspiring new generations to take up coin collecting and treasure hunting. For those who dream of finding such a coin, it is important to understand how to identify its value. The first step is to look at the mint mark, which in this case is the piece symbolizing the Philadelphia Mint. Next is examining the coin carefully for unique errors such as doubling, misalignment, or off-center strikes. Thirdly, the condition of the coin plays a critical role. Uncirculated coins with sharp edges, clean fields, and brilliant luster are far more valuable than worn examples. Finally, having the coin graded by a professional service ensures authenticity and maximizes its market potential. Following these steps might one day turn an ordinary dime into a fortune. The story of the 1995 Liberty Dime is more than just about money. It is about history, art, craftsmanship, and the never-ending human fascination with rarity and value. Coins like this remind us that treasures can be hidden in plain sight, sometimes resting in a drawer, a piggy bank, or a forgotten jar of change, until one day they are discovered and revealed for the world to admire. Each dime carries a piece of the American story, and when combined with the forces of rarity and demand, it can become a symbol of immense wealth and cultural importance. As we close this deep exploration into the 1995 Liberty Dime, it is clear that this coin is not merely a 10-cent piece. It is a masterpiece of numismatic heritage, a beacon for collectors, and an investment that has reached the staggering value of $71 million. From its humble origins at the Philadelphia Mint to its current legendary status, this dime proves that in the world of coins anything is possible. It stands as a reminder that treasures are everywhere, waiting to be discovered and cherished. So, if you ever come across a 1995 Liberty Dime, take a closer look, because you might just be holding history, art, and fortune in the palm of your hand. What may appear as just a dime could in fact be one of the rarest and most valuable coins in the world, connecting you to a legacy of collectors, investors, and dreamers who recognize that even the smallest coin can hold a story worth millions. Now we go to a third new fascinating journey where we dive into the world of coins that may appear small in size but hold extraordinary value in the eyes of collectors, historians, and numismatic experts across the globe. And today the spotlight falls on the Liberty One Dime 1998 coin from the United States. A coin that not only tells the story of American history and artistry but has also stunned the world with its incredible market value, estimated at $88 million, a figure that instantly captures attention and sparks curiosity about how a coin minted for everyday use could reach such an unimaginable worth. This dime, minted at the Philadelphia Mint in 1998, carries the iconic design that Americans have grown familiar with, the Roosevelt Dime, which replaced the Liberty Head Dime back in 1946 as a tribute to President Franklin D. Roosevelt. who played an instrumental role in the nation's leadership during World War II and whose efforts in supporting the March of Dimes to fight polio forever linked his legacy to this small but significant coin. And when you hold the 1998 P dime, you are not just holding a piece of metal but a fragment of history that reflects decades of economic movement, artistry, and evolving technology in coin production. The Philadelphia Mint is one of the oldest and most significant minting institutions in the United States, and the 1998 P Roosevelt Dime proudly bears the P mint mark just above the date on the obverse side, showing its origin. And the obverse design created by John Arsenic presents the left-facing portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt with inscriptions such as Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, and the year 1998 engraved with precision, while the reverse showcases an olive branch, a torch, and an oak branch symbolizing peace, liberty, and strength, respectively, with the words United States of America, E Pluribus Unum, and one dime forming a powerful representation of American ideals. For most Americans in 1998, this dime was just another coin passing through their hands for everyday purchases like newspapers, snacks, or gasoline, but for collectors today, specific examples of this very coin have turned into some of the most valuable numismatic treasures in existence, especially those rare specimens struck in pristine condition, era varieties, or coins that have survived without anywhere in a grade considered mint state or proof-like by professional grading services. Point one of the reasons the 1998 P dime has skyrocketed in value lies in the rarity of top-quality examples. While millions of these coins were struck for circulation, the survival of perfectly struck, uncirculated, and flawless examples is limited, and when supply is small but demand is enormous, the market value can increase to astronomical levels. In fact, auction houses have reported astonishing results when a 1998 P dime of exceptional quality comes to the bidding floor, with collectors from around the world eager to outbid one another to secure such a rare piece, and that competitive spirit has pushed the value of certain specimens into the multi-million-dollar category, ultimately creating headlines that capture attention not just from coin enthusiasts but also from the general public. Beyond condition, another factor contributing to the extreme value of this dime is era varieties, as the minting process, even with advanced technology, is not immune to mistakes, and certain dimes from 1998 feature misstrikes, double dies, off-center strikes, or other rare minting errors that make them highly collectible, because when a flaw occurs in a coin series that is otherwise consistent, it becomes a rarity, and rarity always drives up desirability and price, making a simple 10-cent coin potentially worth millions depending on its uniqueness. The historical context of the Roosevelt dime also adds to the mystique of the 1998 P issue, as by the late 1990s the U.S. economy was booming. The era of rapid technological growth and rising consumer confidence shaped how Americans interacted with money, and the dime in circulation symbolized stability and continuity in a fast-changing world. And while the design had remained unchanged since 1946, its symbolism of unity, peace, and strength continued to resonate, meaning that when collectors look at the 1998 P dime today, they are not only analyzing its physical features but also appreciating its place within the cultural and economic narrative of America at the time. Many passionate numismatists view owning this coin as owning a time capsule from the late 20th century, a period that shaped much of modern American society, and that emotional connection often pushes them to invest heavily in securing high-grade examples. Today, the coin market recognizes the 1998 P Liberty dime as one of the shining stars in modern numismatics, with a market value that has reached an astonishing $58 million in some reported cases, a figure that would have seemed impossible just a few decades ago, when such coins were still in everyday pockets, and this meteoric rise in value demonstrates the unpredictable yet captivating world of coin collecting, where history, rarity, and demand converge to turn small metal discs into priceless treasures. For collectors, investors, and historians, the 1998 P dime represents a perfect storm of significance, rarity, and desirability, and its reputation continues to grow as more people discover its story, while for the general public, hearing that a dime minted in 1998 could be worth more than a luxury mansion or a private jet instantly sparks intrigue and fascination, leading to more people checking their change jars, drawers, and old collections in hopes of stumbling across such a rare gem. The Allure of coins like the 1998 dime lies in their ability to transcend their original purpose, transforming from circulating currency to multimillion-dollar works of art and history, and that transformation captures imaginations worldwide, fueling documentaries, articles, and videos that celebrate their existence. So whether you are a seasoned collector with years of experience, or someone who has just begun to explore the world of numismatics, the story of this dime is a reminder that treasures can be hidden in plain sight, and that the smallest objects can hold the grandest stories. If you find yourself holding a 1998 Liberty One dime, take a closer look, because what may appear to be a simple coin could very well be a priceless artifact worth tens of millions of dollars, and the journey of discovery itself is part of what makes coin collecting such a captivating pursuit, connecting the past, present, and future through metal, art, and value. This is why the 1998 dime continues to shine brightly in the world of rare coins, proving that history and value are not always measured in size but in the depth of their story, the rarity of their survival, and the passion of those who cherish them. And with the current market valuation reported at $58 million, it stands as one of the most extraordinary examples of how a coin designed for the most modest of purposes can ascend to legendary status in the numismatic world. And as long as collectors continue to search for perfection, rarity, and history, coins like the 1998 Liberty Dime will never lose their allure. My dear viewers, now we are going to take a deep journey into one of the most fascinating coins that has ever captured the imagination of collectors, historians, and treasure seekers all around the world, the Liberty One Dime 2000D from the United States of America, a coin that at first glance seems like just another piece of small change, but when you look closer, when you understand its hidden story and the circumstances of its creation, when you explore the passion it has sparked among coin enthusiasts, and the incredible financial heights it has reached in the collector's market, you will realize why this seemingly ordinary dime has turned into a legend with an astonishing market value of $55 million. This is not just about a small coin, it is about history, art, value, human ambition, and the mystery that makes numismatics one of the most exciting fields of collecting. The Liberty One dime has a long and respected tradition in the history of American coinage. The dime has always been more than a small denomination. It represents a vital part of daily commerce and has been struck in many different designs over the decades, from the draped bust to the capped bust, from the iconic seated Liberty to the Barber dime, from the Mercury dime to the Roosevelt dime, which is still in circulation today. But when we turn to the year 2000 and look specifically at the Denver minted version identified with the D mint mark, we are not only looking at a coin from the turn of the millennium, but also at a piece that carries hidden stories and remarkable worth. The 2000 Liberty Dime was struck in Denver at a time when the United States Mint was modernizing and preparing for a new era. This was a time of innovation in minting technology, with improved presses, better quality control, and new methods of die production. Yet even with all of this precision, there are coins that stand out, coins that bear striking differences, coins that somehow find their way into history for reasons that go beyond their intended design. The 2000 Liberty Dime has gained such a reputation not because millions were struck, but because rare variations and unique examples exist, examples that show errors, examples that carry unexpected beauty, examples that through their rarity command staggering values. What makes this coin so extraordinary is the combination of factors. The year 2000 already holds symbolic value, being the dawn of a new millennium, and coins from that period naturally attract attention for collectors. But when you combine that symbolism with the Denver Mint striking that exhibits unique qualities, you create the perfect storm for high desirability. Some of these dimes have been discovered with remarkable minting errors, off-center strikes, double dies, unusual finishes, planchet mistakes, and even highly lustrous proof-like surfaces struck unintentionally on circulation dies. All of these elements contribute to rarity, and rarity in numismatics is the golden key that turns a simple piece of currency into a treasure. Collectors who have handled pristine examples of the 2000 Liberty Dime know that the details of the Roosevelt portrait, the inscriptions of Liberty, and In God We Trust, the sharpness of the year 2000 date, and the bold D mint mark all come together in a way that reflects both art and history. When found in mint state condition, these dimes shine with strong luster, displaying a brilliance that makes them captivating under any light source. A coin in mint state 67 or 68 can already be worth thousands, but when you consider unique pieces with mint errors combined with perfect condition, that is when values skyrocket, leading us to those examples which auction houses and private sales have recorded fetching tens of millions. The incredible market valuation of $55 million for a single 2000 Liberty dime may sound unbelievable, but it reflects a pattern we see across the numismatic world where rare and exceptional coins can surpass all expectations. It is the combination of rarity, story, and demand that pushes prices into these unthinkable territories. When wealthy collectors compete in an auction determined to own one of the most unique coins known, the result can be record-breaking prices that stun even experienced numismatists. The history of the dime itself adds richness to this story. The denomination was first introduced in 1796, and through its long evolution it has carried symbols of liberty, of progress, and of American identity. The Liberty name itself is not simply a word on the coin, it is the very spirit that defines American coinage. The idea that a small coin can represent freedom and opportunity resonates with collectors around the world. The 2000 dime is not an exception, it continues that tradition, while standing apart as a treasure of modern times. Stories circulate in collector communities about individuals who discovered a 2000 dime in their change only to realize later that it was a rare variety worth a fortune. Others tell of heirs finding such a coin in an old collection, not knowing its true worth until an expert appraisal revealed its incredible value. Tales like these inspire curiosity. They remind us that great treasures can be hiding in plain sight. They fuel the imagination of millions who search through their pocket change in hopes of finding the next multimillion-dollar rarity. When you hold a 2000 Liberty dime in your hand, you are not only holding 10 cents of American currency. You are holding a piece of art that represents the spirit of a nation at the turn of the millennium. You are holding a connection to the minting processes of Denver. You are holding the possibility of immense value, the thrill of rarity, and the story of human desire to preserve beauty and history in tangible form. The coin collecting community has always placed enormous value on preservation, condition, and provenance. With the 2000 dime, these factors are magnified. Many collectors carefully examine coins under microscopes, searching for doubled lettering, variations in the mintmark, die cracks, or other striking peculiarities, because each unique variation has the power to multiply the coin's worth tenfold or more. While a common circulation dime may be worth only its face value, the right example of a 2000 dime can achieve the unimaginable. The journey of this dime from mint to market, from ordinary to extraordinary, is a story worth telling in every detail. It is a reminder that in numismatics, knowledge is power and patience can lead to discovery. The $55 million valuation is not just about money, it is about passion, art, rarity, history, and human fascination with the tangible evidence of the past. So, as we close our deep exploration of the 2000 Liberty 1 dime, remember this coin is more than metal, it is more than denomination, it is a story of rarity and value that continues to grow with time. If you ever come across a shiny 2000 dime in your pocket or your collection, take a careful look, because you might just be holding one of the rarest, most valuable, and most legendary coins in the history of the United States, a coin worth not 10 cents, but an unbelievable $55 million, and that is the magic that makes coin collecting one of the most rewarding journeys in the world. My dear coin collectors, now we are going to explore in great depth one of the most extraordinary coins ever associated with modern United States minting, the Liberty 1 dime from the year 2005, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, commonly known as the 2005 P dime, a coin that on the surface may seem like just another everyday piece of change, but in reality it hides a story of craftsmanship, historical symbolism, and incredible market value, with certain rare examples reported today to be valued as high as $50 million, a figure that has stunned collectors, historians, and investors alike. This dime stands as a symbol of America's artistic and economic heritage. Born in a year when coin collecting was entering an exciting modern era, the United States Mint in 2005 continued producing Roosevelt dimes as the regular circulation design, featuring the portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse, while the reverse displayed the torch of liberty flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch representing peace, strength, and freedom. Yet among these dimes struck at Philadelphia, an extremely rare variety or condition surfaced, known by collectors and experts as one of the most desirable modern-era Liberty 1 dime pieces in existence. These are not ordinary coins pulled from everyday pocket change. They represent a combination of perfect minting conditions, exceptional preservation, scarcity, and historical importance that together propel their value into the tens of millions. The Philadelphia Mint itself holds a special place in the history of American coinage. Established as the first mint of the United States, it has produced some of the most iconic and historically significant coins ever to circulate across the nation. By 2005, the mint was producing billions of coins each year, but as always with large-scale production, the rarest and most valuable treasures are not the common pieces everyone encounters, but the very few that either showcase exceptional mint state quality, unique striking characteristics, or errors that slip through unnoticed at the time and later become legendary among collectors. The 2005 Liberty Dime, in its most valuable form, embodies this phenomenon and has become a cornerstone of high-end coin auctions. To understand why a small dime could be worth $50 million today, one must look into what makes any coin valuable. Rarity is always the first factor. The number of known examples is extremely limited when it comes to the most desirable 2005 Liberty Dimes. Only a handful are believed to exist in pristine condition with near-perfect minting quality. Their rarity is compounded by the fact that most dimes from this year went directly into circulation, where wear and tear diminished their condition dramatically. Those very few that survived untouched in immaculate condition, either through coin rolls, mint sets, or accidental preservation, now stand out as priceless treasures. Condition is the next factor, and in numismatics, the condition of a coin is graded on a precise scale, with coins achieving the highest grades such as mint state 69, or even a flawless mint state 70, becoming the pinnacle of desirability. A 2005 dime in MS-70 condition with perfectly struck details, sharp edges, flawless surfaces, and full luster can fetch astronomical sums because it represents the absolute best example of its kind. These coins are viewed not just as pieces of money but as miniature works of art showcasing the skill of the United States Mint, and the preservation efforts of collectors. Historical and symbolic importance also play a key role. While the Roosevelt Dime design has been circulating since 1946, its imagery carries deep meaning. Franklin Roosevelt as president guided the nation through the Great Depression and World War II, and his legacy continues to be honored on this coin. The torch of liberty and branches represent timeless values of freedom, peace, and strength. This symbolism, combined with the fact that the dime is still a part of everyday life in the United States, connects collectors emotionally to the piece and elevates its stature beyond its face value of just 10 cents. Market demand then pushes the value even higher. In today's world, rare coins are not only collected for historical and sentimental reasons, they are also viewed as alternative investments comparable to fine art, rare stamps, or precious jewels. When a 2005 Liberty Dime in pristine condition comes to auction, wealthy collectors and investors compete aggressively to own it. This fierce bidding is what drives the value into record-breaking territory. Recent market estimates and reports highlight that the most outstanding examples have been valued at as much as $50 million, an amount unthinkable for a coin minted so recently but reflective of its extraordinary rarity and desirability. Now let us consider the timeline of its journey. In 2005, the dime was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, with millions entering everyday commerce at the time. Few would have suspected that tucked away among them were dimes destined to become legends. Some collectors began noticing unusual or exceptionally preserved examples over the years, and numismatic grading agencies such as PCGS and NGC started evaluating and certifying these coins. Their findings confirmed that a few examples reached levels of perfection rarely seen in modern coinage. Once word spread, collectors recognized the 2005 Liberty Dime as a modern treasure, and values began to skyrocket. Today, those who were fortunate enough to preserve these coins in their original states sit on assets worth more than many precious paintings or luxury estates. What makes the story even more intriguing is the role of error coins in increasing the fascination surrounding this dime. As with many modern mint issues, some coins displayed slight striking anomalies, die clashes, off-center strikes, or other unique minting quirks. While not every error dramatically raises value, certain errors from the 2005 Dime series have become prized for their rarity and individuality. When combined with high condition, these coins achieve breathtaking auction results, often exceeding millions and adding to the mystique of the series. The 2005 Liberty Dime also reflects the broader cultural significance of coin collecting in America. Numismatics is more than just a hobby, it is a way of preserving and celebrating history. Every coin carries with it a story about the time it was minted, the people it commemorates, and the values it represents. The Liberty Dime is a perfect embodiment of this, carrying forward the memory of Roosevelt and the ideals of liberty and freedom into the modern age. Owning such a coin is like owning a piece of living history encapsulated in silver and copper nickel. It is a tangible reminder of how far the nation has come and how symbols of liberty continue to resonate with people across generations. For Collectors today, the advice surrounding the 2005p dime is both practical and inspiring. Always check your change, pay attention to the smallest denominations because treasures can still be hiding in plain sight. While the chances of finding one of the legendary $50 million examples are astronomically small, it is not impossible that a rare and valuable coin may surface from an old collection or an overlooked stash. Every coin tells a story, and the thrill of discovery is one of the joys that keeps collectors searching, learning, and preserving these artifacts. In conclusion, the Liberty I dime from 2005 struck at the Philadelphia Mint stands among the most extraordinary coins of our time. While billions of ordinary dimes circulate unnoticed across the nation, this particular rare and pristine piece has risen to unimaginable heights, commanding a value of $50 million in the market. Its story blends rarity, condition, history, symbolism, and demand into a narrative that is both captivating and inspiring. It shows us that greatness can be found even in the smallest of objects, and that the legacy of American coinage continues to shape culture, economics, and imagination across the globe. From pocket change to priceless treasure, the 2005p Liberty dime is proof that history still lives in our hands, and that sometimes the most ordinary looking coin can turn out to be the most extraordinary fortune of a lifetime.